Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Riga, the Arena Riga, the FIBA Basketball World Cup European Qualifiers, the last game of this window, the Group G between Ukraine and Spain. Well, the Spain fans a little bit disappointed after their last game, losing at Georgia. Meanwhile, Ukraine coming off a win over North Macedonia. You look at the standings, and Georgia up at the top right now at 4-2. Spain are 4-1. Ukraine 3-2. North Macedonia 0-6. We know that Georgia, Spain, and Ukraine will be advancing to the second round. But what's key here is that every team try to get as many wins as possible to carry over into that second round, since results carry over, and the top three teams from each group over there are going to progress to the FIBA Basketball World Cup. So yes, indeed, this is a very important game, even knowing that these teams will be moving on. So it took a really good effort in Georgia, in Tbilisi, where Spain actually will play at the FIBA Eurobasket coming up this summer in September. And it took a great effort by Georgia to beat Spain in overtime. And North Macedonia gave a good account of themselves, but ultimately they had dug themselves a big hole early on. And though they battled back, Ukraine were able to hold on and get another big win for them. And of course, everybody knows what Ukraine, their players are going through, their country. I think a lot of people, clearly neutral fans, wishing just the best for these people and keeping everything into perspective. The Ukraine team itself got a huge emotional applause when they were in Spain back in the February window. And of course, Ukraine's national team, we're just glad that they're able to be here playing these games and giving themselves, their families, their friends, their country a welcome diversion to the unfortunate events that have unfolded there the past few months. So Ukraine getting ready to take on Spain in the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. We are now going to have a pause for the playing of the national anthems. Spain, now the national anthem of Ukraine.
Ще не вмерла України ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші воріженьки, як роса на сонці. Запануєм і ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажемо
Well, that was quite a performance, and Einar Bagauskas, the Latvian who is the head coach of Ukraine, has spoken eloquently and passionately about the opportunity to coach this team and what it means to him and how he really feels for the people in Ukraine, what they're suffering right now, and you can see it on his face. Ademir Zarapovic, Andres Amkrogers are refereeing tonight's game, and for this game against Spain, we're going to get a look at the starting fives. Also, Gintaras Vitkauskis from Lithuania is refereeing as well. So here in the home away from home for Ukraine, we're looking forward to the time when basketball can again be played in Ukraine. And right now, again, we're just glad that they're able to play, and we'll see how things unfold. But we do know that both of these teams will also be at the FIBA Eurobasket, which is coming up this summer. Ukraine will play in Milan against Italy, Croatia, Estonia, and Greece at the FIBA Eurobasket. Of course, there'll be another national team window before that. So Jaime Pradilla, Jaime Fernandez, Kino Colon, Fran Guerra, and Joel Parra in the starting five for Spain. And Sergio Scariolo, the longtime head coach of Spain, has Xavi Lopez Aristegui coming off the bench with Dario Brizuela, Seba Said, Santa Justa, Yankuba Sima, Ferran Bassis, and Danny Diaz. And there is Scariolo. Incredible. How long has it been? 2009, the first time that he coached Spain, and it was a good success. He got the keys to the Ferrari in his own words, and they were able to win the title. It was a little bit of a roller coaster tournament in Lithuania, but they won, in Poland, and they won that FIBA Eurobasket, the first Eurobasket crown for Spain. Of course, they've been on the podium at a lot of events, won a lot of titles. Won the last world title, Spain, in China, 2019. They won it also in 2006. We saw Ukraine at the FIBA Basketball World Cup that was played in Spain back in Bilbao, that sensational event. Ivan Katchenko, Svi Mihailuk, Artem Pustovyi, Dmitro Skapintsev, and Ilya Sidorov, the starting five. And coming off the bench will be Lukashov, Krutos, Bobrov, Pavlov, Sanin, Kovalov, and Zotov for Coach Bagauskas. And Einar Bagauskas, also the former national team coach here in Latvia. Now he's here coaching in his homeland against Ukraine. So about a minute before tip-off. And I'm really interested to see how both of these teams come out today, especially Spain, because they played in an incredible environment. And Tbilisi, it was a raucous environment, one of the all-time great wins for Georgia's national team. You could see how much it meant for them to beat the country that won the FIBA Basketball World Cup and is still an elite team, obviously, in international basketball. Here's Coach Bagauskas talking to Ukraine. See the young Sanin there, really exciting to watch him. Of course, Svi Mihailuk really put the pedal to the metal in that last game in Georgia, and he is a real difference maker. Artem Pustovyi, of course, played a lot of years in Spanish basketball, so he will know all of these players. These guys know each other well. There's Pustovyi. These two teams met before Ukraine back on February 24th. It was in Cordoba, and Ukraine fell 88-74 to Spain. So they're hoping to turn that result around today. We are underway. Spain winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the left on your screen here in the European qualifier against Ukraine for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023, which will be played in Indonesia, Japan, and Philippines next year. And early foul called here. Spain winning the first meeting between these two teams back in February. And the Gran Canaria big man, Pustovi, picks up the foul. Excuse me, Sidorov was the call for the foul on Guerra, not Pustovi. Penetration, drive, and the dunk by Spain's number 4, Jaime Pradilla. There's great players, so many years for Spain. You know, some of them, not all of them are gone, but they're eventually moving on to pastures new, and now the young guys are coming up. Pustovi, meanwhile, soft touch in the lane, knots it up, but it really is exciting seeing the likes of Pradilla, clearly high on the list of Scariolo and Spanish basketball, getting all of these minutes in the European qualifiers. Fernandez. Tino Colom, one of the MVPs, arguably the MVP. In fact, if not he, maybe Saiz, of the last European qualifiers campaign when they made it to China. Puts Spain back in front. Svi Mihalik, open three, missing. Mihalik called for some contact here. He was lights out. Hit 3 of his first 4 3-pointers at North Macedonia. Of course, now with the, just finished up with the Toronto Raptors in the NBA. 25 years of age. He actually played at the last, in 2014. Look at Pustovi go up and get the swat. Already in the SWAT team here tonight. Fernandez. Well, that's always a risky proposition going up against Pustovi. He is a solid rim protector. Colom inbounds the basketball to Guerra, who beautiful pass, quick pass, easy pass to Pradilla. (21 years of age on the books of Valencia Basket. Pustovi's pass intercepted by Fernandez, and then his pass must have glanced. I don't know who it hit, but it bounced back to Ukraine, and now they attack the basket. And no foul was called. Kachinko going hard. And, well, referees decided Guerra went straight up. Although it looked like maybe his arms went down a little bit, but nevertheless, nobody complaining. 3-point shot, and Mihalik, or maybe a long 2. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He didn't make it. Fernandez, his pass back outside to Pradilla. Fernandez from the right. The 3-pointer. 9-2 for Spain. Sidorov gets it right back. It's a tough character, Sidorov. Pradilla, his pass. I guess they saw it coming from a mile away, and Kachinko was able to take it away. And then Pustovi fouled from behind by Pradilla. There's Guerra, who was just grown by leaps and bounds the last few years, playing with Lenovo Tenerife, and hooping and scooping. Ilya Sidorov. So he's got 5 quick points. And Guerra again, they saw the pass coming a mile away. Kachinko reaches in, and he's going to go all the way. Maybe would have been better served to hold up. But you can see Ukraine want to push it. Great hustle down the floor, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's FIBA that hustled down and kept it alive. But Kachinko, it's almost as if the orders have come for the bench. Push it. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. If it's 1-on-1, 1-on-2, 1-on-3, just take it to them and everybody go down and get ready for the offensive rebound in case it doesn't go in. Here's Sidorov. And this time his attempt bounces over the backboard. He had 8 points the other day against North Macedonia a few days ago, and his high 13 points against North Macedonia. In the first game against Spain, he only played 10 minutes and had 3 points. Oh, great D from Kachinko. It's just, or excuse me, Mihalik this time. The Ukraine players are seeing the passes trying to be made, and they are just swooping in. It might have been Kachinko actually who got his hand on that. Fernandez, fouled by Sidorov as he goes past. You have to meet aggression with aggression when you take on Spain. If you just let them dictate matters with the pace of the game, the speed of the game, you can't sit back and play. You've got to fight fire with fire, so to speak. So Sidorov goes out, and the ball chased down over and back is the call. Lukashov, meanwhile, has checked in for Sidorov. So Zarapovic is going to talk things over here with the referee, and Gintaras Vitkauskas of Lithuania says it's actually, ooh. Well, he was definitely the last person to hit it. I'm not sure why that decision was made. Unless maybe they're saying they didn't actually have possession. Anyway. And the block from behind, quickly into transition. Svi Mihalik. Oh. Great hustle down the floor. Lukashov, Mihalik for three. Good! Might be a 2. I'm not sure if his foot was on the line. Yes, it was a 3. So Mihalik. And you can only appreciate there is definitely like, you want to play, we can play with you guys. That's the feeling you get from watching this Ukraine team. A lineup that has been bolstered and also maybe in a stronger frame of mind from the first time these teams met back in February, late February. Pradilla for 3, grazes the net, and almost Lukashov turns it over. Boy, that was a tough pass. Pistovi having his way in there against Guerra. And Kubasima makes his first appearance. Bassis also comes into the game, number 20 for Spain. Mihalik, and it goes off of Spain. Fernandez. Mihalik sprays it out and then driving in. Kachinko takes the contact. 2 free throws coming. Ukraine definitely not being passive today. If anything, it seems maybe Spain just maybe half a step slower than they need to be right now. We're so used to seeing them play very fast. Bobrov checks into the game. Fernandez goes out. No Diaz today for Spain, out with an injury. But either he's out because of injury. Kachinko bends the knees and hits the first. Very positive start for him today. That's his first point, in fact. He comes in averaging 5.3 points per game in the qualifiers. But his attitude has helped set the tone for this Ukraine team today. So Pavlo Krutos comes into the game for Kachinko. Vassos probing out on the perimeter. Lukashov giving away some centimeters to Sema. He passes it back outside to Javi Lopez Aristegui, who nails the three-pointer. Lopez Aristegui making his first appearance in the game, coming off the bench. Svi Mihalik fouled from behind by Lopez Aristegui, another Valencia basket player. Sema and Lopez Aristegui amongst the many of the Spain team that have come up through the youth ranks, the youth national team. And Danny Diaz comes in, and Padilla takes his first seat, takes his first rest. Lukashov. Here's Sanin. Now keep an eye on him. And no look pass. And that is a two-pointer for Krutos. Shot taken with confidence. Sanin made that pass, already drafted in the NBA. And just a matter of time, you would imagine, before he does go over. Spain have a game on their hands. The ball goes over to Ukraine. Sanin was a second-round pick back in 2018, 44th overall by Washington. Here's Lukashov for three. Good! And this Ukraine team is just supremely focused. They have really come out and played with a lot of determination so far. An unyielding approach. Lukashov commits the foul. The previous possession that Spain had, it was a 3-second violation on Yankuba Sema. That's why they turned it over. Vassos. Vassos for three, high arcing shot. Diaz hustle, saves it in bounds, but into the hands of Postovi, who didn't just sit there ball watching, he went and got it. Krutos out in the wing. Bobrov pulling his way down and losing it out of bounds. So Postovi goes out as Skapintsev returns to the fray. It's all about keeping the pressure up defensively. That's why you're seeing these players shuffling in and out for Bagatskas. Terrific player in his day for Latvia. Bassus catches, crosses midcourt, 2-on-2. Is he going to go all the way? And, well, almost played into Ukraine's hands there. And now Sanin, alley-oop! How about that? Ukraine off and running. Bobrov throws it down off the pass from Sanin, who is quite the creator right now. Number 30, getting after it. So Bassus did not have the easy make, and crucially, Skapinsev was able to knock it away, and Bobrov hustling down the floor. Watch him hit the backboard after this. His right hand, there he goes. Oh no, left hand, excuse me. Timeout, Spain.
Está el grande. Vamos aquí y vamos a la X. O si la pasa aquí, nos quedamos y venimos. ¿Ok? Vamos, cometiendo errores en el pique. Vamos, vamos. Jugamos 14 y 15. Quiero que busquemos rápidamente el dentro y las esquinas y dejamos el mismatch ahí a jugar. ¿Ok? Jugámoslo también free. Es decir, que vas a buscarla y mientras viene, vas con Darío la cuenta.
Well, there is again the look at Sanin's pass. Sanin was not with the team when they played the first time, nor was Mihailuk, so that's two crucial players that were absent, and they are here today. I'm sure everybody in that Spain lineup would agree this is a more formidable unit of Ukraine that they're going up against tonight. Here in the arena Riga in Latvia, because they can't play the game obviously in Ukraine because of everything that's going on there. Situation. Sanin gets in, good strong rebound. Lopez Aristegui. Here's Lopez Aristegui out to Bassus. Bassus for three. That's short. And again, I think Ukraine more than happy if they're going to settle for Ferenc Bassus shooting threes from the left corner. Their defense has been very active. They've been denying the ball. They've been reaching in, taking it away. Here's Lukashov wide open, and Spain dodged a bullet. Skapinsev called for a push on Yankuba Sima. Yeah, I think the refs got that one right, Einers. There's always a lot of pushing and shoving underneath as teams battle for rebounds, but to me that looked blatant, but slow it down, it might not have been. Yankuba Sima, terrific season at Manresa. Helped them make it to the Final Four of the Basketball Champions League. Just a remarkable campaign for that club in the north of Spain. And Sima really reaped the benefits. They also finished in the top, made it to the playoffs in Spain. So a great season for them. 19-14, Ukraine on top. Lukashov gets it to Bobrov. Has it taken away, Lopez Aristegui. Looks at his options. Diaz turns, shoots, nails it. Danny Diaz. And that is what you call points off turnovers. Great play, Lopez Aristegui, although you have to wonder what Bobrov is doing over there. Maybe a little careless with the basketball, the big man, turning it over.
Ничего не даем. Играем до конца, да, передачи. Если я потерял, просто не надо придумывать. Они все время стараются где-то помочь. Экстра передача бросок. Успокоились. Успокоились. kasnim prasujem, ničemu ne govorim. Igrajem, čim, ne igrajem. Ti staviš za svoj. Go, jest, Paša poverko, Bobi.
So this game is, I think you would agree with me, if you felt like you were already out of breath, you had used up all of your energy watching all of those games that we watched in the third window, the spectacular third window. This one is putting an exclamation mark on the third window. Diaz coming out, and a very experienced player in the Spain setup coming out and knocking down the three-pointer, his first three of the game. Lopez Aristegui has been very good coming off the bench for Spain today. He got the assist on that one. He's got 3 points, an assist, a rebound, a steal. Across-the-board production from Xavi Lopez Aristegui. Sano. Oh boy, was that a lob? Nope. Skapintsev has it knocked out of his hands by Dario Brizuela, the Basque Mamba in the game now. And Diaz with the rebound. Chance of España ringing throughout the Arena Riga. Brizuela. Three-pointer, good! I mean, he is just instant offense. Put him in the game, three-pointer. And that was after playing good defense at the other end. I think he's got a great shot of making Spain's Eurobasket squad, maybe even the World Cup squad if they qualify. He can shoot it. Sano for three, high arcing shot. They battle for the rebound. Skapintsev, a very big man, comes down with it. Krutos, pump fake, he gets swatted. Xavi Lopez Aristegui. Boy, Xavi Lopez Aristegui just showing his D, his offense, everything. What a terrific first quarter. Spain come back and take a 20-19 lead at the end of one. Well, Spain with 4 threes now, 3 for Ukraine. Both teams shooting below 50% inside the arc. Each team has made a couple of free throws. Well, Pradilla, Spain having some success early on, but Ukraine also coming out and saying, you're just not going to run away from us, and really took it to the country that has really been the dominant country in European basketball, and one of the best in all of international basketball for the last, well, dating back to 2003 probably, when they made it to the final of the Eurobasket. That was Mihalik has been sort of quietish here at the start. You figure he's going to be more prominent. But Xavi Lopez Aristegui has been terrific. Sanin has been terrific. That was him whipping the pass to Lukashov. And here's Lukashov handing it off to Sanin, who then lobs it up there for Bobrov. And he's been great in the European qualifiers for Ukraine this particular window. Brizuela, who hit a game-tying three the other day, or game-tying jumper to force the overtime against Georgia. You see the Courtside 1891 app, download it, just scan in that barcode, and you get all the video stream, schedule, scores. It's all right at your fingertips. Sandin, entry pass to Bobrov. Bobrov, I think, needs to go up strong rather than trying to score with a reverse layup. There's Size. Save a Size. Guarded, hounded, double teamed. Shot clock winding down. Fernandez steps to his left. Three is good. That is a slick looking move there from Jaime Fernandez. Didn't panic, knew exactly how much time he had. On the foul. I think Ukraine will be happy when Lopez Aristeway checks out of the game. He has really been disruptive on defense. Sannon. He's going to have to go. He's going to have to launch it. Instead feels right. Is he going to bank it in? I don't know if he meant to. Spain able to rebound it, save it in bounds. They've turned this thing around. They were down 19-12 on an 11-0 run right now. Three-point shot from Brizuela. Here comes FIBA. Could be time for him to stop and pop on the break. Nope. And the whistle blows again. Another foul. And the lob to Pustovi. Well, they've got some good size. Referees just kind of saying, hey, Artyom, please, don't hang on the rim if you don't have to. We don't want that thing coming down and having a lengthy delay. Sannon guarding Brizuela, sticking to him like glue, like white on rice. Now the entry pass knocked away, and it goes into the hands of Santiusta, who's come into the game. Now Brizuela steps back, and again, they can't pick up the rebound, and Diaz at the right place at the right time. That is frustrating for Vigatskis because this guy's played good D, got the miss, but you got to rebound it. They avoid 2 offensive rebounds. Oh, good play, Mihalik, and they're going to count it. Mihalik has, from the time he went to America to play at Kansas to now, I mean, his improvement has been extraordinary. He has really blossomed into a big-time player. And here he is at the free throw line, and his team crying out for him right now to lead them. And he does on that sequence. Jaime Fernandez. And good hands. Get the hands up on D. Mihalik forces the turnover, and then, oh boy, the pass just wasn't corralled by Tkachenko. And now the ball goes out of bounds, so both teams turning it over on the fast break. (25-24). Sidorov again back in, bringing it up against Jaime Fernandez. Give and go. Sidorov then outside, and Kovalov misses, but there's Pustovi, and he keeps following it. And is he going to get it? Is he fouled? Yes, he was in the end. I think he'd rather have had the 2 points, but he stuck with it. Pustovi, Gran Canaria big man. And you're asking yourself, how does that man miss that shot twice? But at least for Ukraine, he sticks with it. I think he's asking himself, how did he miss those shots? Sidorov. Well, he is a live wire. Tough pass for Gachinko, not able to catch it. 6:50 remaining in the first half. Spain up by a point. And Ainas Bagaskis back in his homeland of Latvia and Riga. You know, he's enjoying the time here. Here is Danny Diaz getting it down low to save a scythe. And they count it. Great play. And Sidorov says, wait a minute, you blew the whistle before the shot, but Zarapovic, okay, watch this. He's already in his move, so that's what Zarapovic sees. So he does not convert, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Spanish basketball. So they could end up with a 4, even 5-point trip down the floor because Kovalev couldn't rebound the basketball. Diaz has been a real difference maker for Spain. Here's Saiz getting inside, and he scores, and now Spain up by 5. Seiba Saiz has been playing in Japan the last 2 seasons. One of the many Western Europeans that has gone over in recent times. Pustovi leans into one into the paint. And you can only be impressed with him. Fernandez steps to his left. Gachinko gets it over to Svi Mihalik. Goes behind his back. Oh, goodness me. Oh, great D in the end by Scythe. Now quickly up to Brizuela. And Brizuela was fouled by Sidorov. Boy, it looked like Mihalik was going to have one of the plays of the day. Brizuela, I don't know if he's talking about why wasn't that goal interference. Look at this. Mihalik thought he was going to have one, and Scythe just never gives up on defense. Oh, yeah, he's contending that the ball already hit off the glass when he was fouled, and he thinks that there should be a goal interference. So Sidorov goes back out of the game. They're picking up fouls, and Sanin is coming back in. Sidorov heads to the bench. He's got 2 fouls. And again, Spain missed the free throw. So wait a minute. They did count the basket. And good effort keeping alive Kovalev, but he couldn't rebound it. Trying to get the official line on that last possession for Spain, so I think they must have counted the basket, obviously, from the Basque Mamba. And you can see that Bagaskis, one of the more experienced coaches in Europe and in international basketball, going up and raising some questions. And the equally experienced Ademir Zarapovic of Bosnia and Herzegovina is there to field the questions and come up with an answer. Play had those experienced hands here, and now the ball thrown into the hands of Sanin, who doesn't wait around. He pushes it, looks for an opening, gets it to Pustovi. Boy, Sanin, you can only be impressed, but you know the message is push it, guys. Don't wait around and be ready for the basketball. Pustovi because we're going to get it to you. Fernandez drives in high off the glass. Oh, terrific play to Tkachenko to knock it over to Mihalik. Well, Ukraine are looking a very competitive bunch right now. Mihalik gets it to Tkachenko. Sanin raising eyebrows, number 30. Here is Tkachenko for 3. Wow. The self-belief of Ukraine there for all to see, really relishing this challenge going up against Spain today. In the last game of the third window, the makeup game supposed to have been played already, and the drive in the basket is good by Jaime Fernandez. Pustovi trying to have his way with Guerra and doesn't back down. Boy, Guerra couldn't have done anything else on defense there. Pustovi just is showing us his skill set. Nice low post move by him. Brizuela outside. The jump shot, Santiusta. And now Ukraine have a chance to go back in front. Sanin. Tkachenko, make it 2 in a row for him. And Scariolo calls for a timeout. These guys have taken their attitude to a different level tonight. Ukraine, Tkachenko, and again, was a real tone setter at the start of the game. You could just see how he was taking the game to Spain. And though he wasn't scoring, now he is. And he is fired up as Ukraine get a little, well, in-game celebration before they head over to the bench. Pustovi has been outstanding. Sanin has been outstanding. Spain have a real fight on their hands right now. Scanning the barcode, folks. Courtside 1891.
Sacarlo del campo, por favor. Y vamos al bote derecho, por favor. Balance, balance, vamos. Venga. 1.
Tkachenko from the left corner again, his second three-pointer of the game. And he has been one of the leaders. All-round effort now. Ukraine looking for some valuable contributions here from Bobrov as well. Kino Colom, Pradilla back in the game for Spain. Guerra turns, misses, and great effort on the putback. He didn't make it. He didn't make it for Spain, Joel Parra, but he scored. And Svi Mihalik querying the referee. Here he goes again, Parra. One of the many youngsters here for Spain getting these valuable minutes. I think out of all the national teams, you look back through the European qualifiers since they started in 2017, Spain definitely one of the teams that have benefited the most. A lot of good young talent getting valuable minutes, and he makes both free throws. Parra just 22 years of age. Tkachenko traveled. A foul in the backcourt. His second foul, and with Ukraine over the limit, that's going to put Kino Cologne back at the free throw line. Spain's average age is 27 here tonight. Ukraine's is 26. So both these teams with a lot of players that figured to be in this national team setup for some time. Danny Diaz, it felt like number 24 there when he was in the game. Spain really raised their effort level and had some more success. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets back into the game before the end of the first half. Kino Cologne. It's 1 of 2. And with that, we're knotted at 36. Sannon has raised eyebrows tonight. Here he is. Big, strong, handles it well. Well, Bobrov, for not the first time, has kind of lost control of the basketball. Probably doesn't have the best hands. It's probably one of the areas that he's got to really work on his game. Parra hands it off to Kino Cologne. Parra. Oh, almost a travel. Ukraine were appealing for one, and now Guerra holding Bobrov. Now Krogers here refereeing tonight in his homeland. Yes, going to head over to the bench. Well, Begaska's obviously from the Baltics, so he speaks Latvian, English. I think he speaks Russian clearly. Speaks multiple languages. Putting him into play. Here he's speaking to the Lithuanian referee, so not sure what they're saying, what he's speaking, but Bobrov gets 1 of 2 and takes it back up to a 1-point advantage for the Ukraine train. So Sasha Volkov here before the game. And now 3-second violation that turns it over. Used to be the president of the federation, obviously one of the all-time greats, the legends of Ukraine. Sannon gets across midcourt, pulls it back out. Sannon has it taken away. Well, up ahead to Kino Cologne, thought about it, and great work knocking it off the rim, Kovalov, but Sima follows and he's fouled. Sannon knows that was his mistake. And while he handles it well, Sannon, you know, you're not going to play a perfect game. He knows it. He's still young. He's growing. These Spanish guards, they will come up from behind you and knock it away. And that's exactly what happened that time. He thought he had navigated the difficulties. So that was a big moment for Sima. And Kovalov goes out. Skapintsev returns to the fray. Kachenko. Only playing at 2 speeds tonight, fast and faster. Gives it back outside to Sannon. Sannon, boy, tough drive, and there for the follow, Skapintsev. And again, that's Begaska saying, hey, you drive to the basket, and the big guys, you need to crash the boards. If you're not going to catch it, if you're not going to be set up to shoot it, be there for the rebound. No look pass. And Potter fouled as he shoots, I believe, a 3 from Mihalik. That's number 3 on Mihalik. But I'm guessing that Svi Mihalik is going to come out of the game. You don't want to risk it picking up the 4th here at the end of the first half. Potter gets it well at Juventud in Spain. This season, Lukashev's going to come back into the game. So that is a not a good development for Ukraine. Their star player picking up his 3rd foul with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. And meanwhile, 3 free throws for Parra, and he misses the first. Spanish fans here in lovely Riga enjoying the action. This is a big-time sports city that you want to come and see anything, but Spain fans can't believe he's missed the first 2 of the 3 free throws. They host a lot of events here in the Arena Riga. Many great games have been played here, and Parra makes the last. So Spain back up by 1. Lukashov. Good effort. Jaime Fernandez sneaking in there. Pulling up for 3. And now Sanin. Can he give Ukraine the lead? Oh, look at him. Dazzling drive. Gets it over to Kachinko. Off the front of the iron. Pradilla outlet to Colon. And he's going to hold it. So Spain will try to take it down. About 8-7 seconds before they get into motion here. So pick and roll. Colon back to Jaime Fernandez, and then the lob. And now Sanin has just enough time to put one up. Is he going to get it? And, well, that execution wasn't there at the end for Spain. Wow, what a game, folks. What a game. Ukraine and Spain trading blows. We're at halftime. Spain on top, 40-39. So Spain head off the court, knowing they are in a real fight tonight against Ukraine as they try to get their 2nd win of this window. Try to bounce back from their loss at Georgia. Ukraine going for their 3rd win in the window. Well, here's a look back at the first half highlights, and there are many. Spain playing their usual style, but Ukraine are attacking. They are dribble penetration, and if they're not dumping it off to the big man and going for the basket, they're able to find the shooters spotting up behind the arc like this. Although that wasn't on the drive, that was after the rebound, and they've been really competing well against this Spanish team. Xavi Lopez Edestagui coming out and stroking that one. This is what I'm talking about. You get Sanin, he gets deep, and then he throws it back outside. And then here's Sanin with the lob. End-to-end excitement, both teams. Brizuela stroking that 3-pointer. It seemed that he would become a more important figure the second half, been relatively quiet. Jaime Fernandez has played a lot of minutes. Another lob, and Postovi. Well, he and Bobrov and Tkachenko have really been bringing it. Mihalik getting it inside and getting fouled by Seba Scythe. But don't forget, Mihalik has 3 fouls. So that was a worrying development. That was with about 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the first half. There's Scariolo, the great Sergio Scariolo. And Sanin again, finding Tkachenko for that second 3-pointer. He hit back-to-back threes. That was the second one. And this is what they've also done well. They've hit the offensive glass. Their pivots have been able to, their bigs have been able to get up there and score with putbacks. We're at halftime. It's a tight one. Spain on top of Ukraine at halftime.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Throw up a prayer that's not answered. Italy going the other way will get the easy two. And Polonara with the throwdown.
Good work, Lacombe off and running. Alley-oop, oh, and a reverse jam for Corneli. Put him on the highlight reel.
And now they got a transition play. Chegalia finds Saradzi, goes up, gets rejected. Well, Sena Said says, no in mi casa.
Ball almost knocked away. What a pass from Teo Maledon to Monjate. Look at that. No look variety, no less.
Kyrgios spins. There's help there. He goes underneath, behind the back. Oh, what a cheeky play. Bueno, bueno. That's glorious. And Daniel Reveo to get the finish as well.
Oh, nice passing, unselfish basketball, and another flush by Baco. Who would have thunk it, folks?
Just recovered. Oh, nice pass. Oh, great awareness, great effort. Sepesu was down and out, got back in the play, and then the Netherlands go and turn it over.
1-10 now to shot clock, gotta get something going. There's a crossover, the kick out. Sulemanovic in the lane. Sulemanovic, Havala, Lakunoc with a throwdown. Wow. There you see the throwdown by Sulemanovic.
De Jong opens up the drive lane, nice pass. Oh, what a decision. De Jong taps his head. Heads up play.
Bosnia-Herzegovina with a chance to win this. 4 seconds left. Big time three. Lakunoc, Havala. Big time shot from Zaden Musa from downtown. That is unbelievable. And he says to the fans, Kako si dobre. On the buzzer. I mean, that is just, what a way to end the campaign here. The game-winning three-pointer. Zaden Musa with the big-time game winner. Unbelievable.
Well, Jaime Fernandez coming out and playing for Spain tonight and leading the way in points so far in the first half with 8. And here's how he got them. So he's been able to hit the three. He's been able to put it on the deck and score even with Pustovi chasing him down from behind, or at least trying to. And Pustovi, who knows these Spanish players well because he's competed in Spain for so long, he's got 10 points to lead all scorers in the game. Here's a guy that can literally jump out of the gym. He has been terrific, but he's added some aggression to his game, which has made him so much better. That was his first basket of the game, and this is where he really makes a difference. Catching it low around the basket. There's not going to be too many people. They're going to stop him. So many great players have come over the years, low post players from Ukraine, and Pustovi, again, this was a tough move right here. Spain leading it by 1 point at halftime. So both these teams already have qualified for the second round of the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, Ukraine and Spain. But what each is doing right now, trying to get a valuable win, because you need to get as many wins as you can. And you're taking them over to the second round, and from there, the top three teams in the four groups will progress. So if you look at Spain and Ukraine, they are going to cross over with Italy, Iceland, and Netherlands. So Italy, Iceland, Netherlands, Georgia, Spain, and Ukraine are going to make up Group L. Now, those, we don't know what the seedings are yet for those groups, obviously, because this game has to be played. But Netherlands have progressed despite not having won a game, with Russia being excluded from the competition. And so you're going to have potentially Spain, if they can hold on and win this, they would improve to 5-1. Georgia are 4-2, so they would go over, and depending on the results, with they could either be just after Italy. You got Italy and Iceland each at 3-1 with 7 points. So it's going to be competitive. It's going to be a dogfight to get those top three spots. You know, all the teams have got a chance, and I mean, Netherlands have no margin for error when they get over there, and still might not be enough for them, but even so, they'll get to play meaningful home games. So again, the groups, they're going to be, Group I will be Greece and Latvia. 3-1. They carry over. They go to. They take over 3-1 records. Turkey and Belgium, each with 2-2 records that they take over, and Serbia and Great Britain, who go over with 1-3 records. Meanwhile, in Group J, you've got Germany and Finland. So the reason why you have with Greece and Latvia each with 3-1 records is because Belarus, they were knocked out of the group that included Greece, Turkey, Great Britain. So that means, again, if you go back to Group I, it's an official rule. So to uniformly classify teams across these two groups, the first round games against the last ranked team of Group A, it's not being considered for the classification to Group I, resulting in all teams in Group I having the same number of games. So that's why those teams have played less games going in Group I. So that's why you have Greece and Latvia up at the top of the standings at 3-1, whereas in Group J you have Germany and Finland up at the top of theirs at 5-1 because they take over all of their results. So Germany, Finland, Slovenia, Israel, Sweden, and Estonia in Group J, France, Lithuania, Montenegro, Czech Republic, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Hungary in Group K. And then, as I said, Spain, Ukraine, Georgia going into Group L with Italy, Iceland, and Netherlands, where again the first round games against the last ranked team of Group G will not be considered for the classification. So that means that the games against North Macedonia will not count. Anyway, third quarter action underway here, and Spain with possession now, attacking the basket to the right on your screen. The European qualifier between Spain and Ukraine, the last game of this third window. The last game of the first round. Colombe comes out and strokes a three. The veteran, Kino Colombe. Lukashov goes right down to Skapantsev, and he was in great position but missed it badly. Colombe just hit one, might he launch another? Well, dangerous pass. Xavi Lopez out of Stegui. Oh, nice runner, boy. He has played some beautiful basketball today. Wonder, out of all the players for Spain, if he's raising the most of the eyebrows. Lukashov from the right corner, missing it. Ukraine have not come out of the gate strong here in the third quarter. Spain, meanwhile, trying to put the pressure on. It's got to be Sandin. A little bit of a mismatch guarding Scythe, and Scythe could shoot it, and this time off target. So Ukraine ride their luck a little bit. Lukashov probing, almost a steal for Lopez out of Stegui. Sandin pump fake in the paint. And that ball went off of Spain, so it's going to stay at this end. A little extra effort there by Skapantsev. Scariello quizzing while that ball was not awarded to Spain. Oh. And Tkachenko, just Ukraine in a little bit of a funk here at the start of the third quarter. Instead of triggering a Spain fast break because he didn't have anybody to throw it to, just threw it out of bounds. Three-point shot, and Cologne was going for the hammer there. Now here comes Ukraine. Can they get something finally here in the third quarter? Sannon back outside. Lukashov for three. Good! Bounce pass, beautiful play, and then the foul by Tkachenko. Great attack play by Spain. Look at that play. Beautiful bounce pass. This was Lukashov. Lots of banners in here supporting Ukraine today in Riga. Ukraine not able to play at home for obvious reasons. So this has been their home away from home. Bagaskis barking out orders, just one of two, and oh boy, the ball goes off of Pustovi, and Scythe kept it alive this time. Entry pass, and Scythe gets blocked, but oh boy, did Pustovi get his hand on it. Doesn't matter, it still went in. Yes, he did, but it looked like he tapped it, and somehow the ball was still able to hit the rim and go in. Sannon, meanwhile, gets baseline, tries to hand it off to Pustovi. Quickly, Spain into transition after the turnover. Lopez Aristegui behind the back. Kino Cologne for three. Oh, it stayed out, rimmed out. Good fortune for Ukraine. The lob at the other end. That is a 5-point swing. That was huge. Great hustle by Tkachenko. Lopez Aristegui. And fouled by Tkachenko. Wow, what a slick move by Lopez Aristegui, taking it back up to a 6-point lead. Handles it well, passes it well, shoots it well. Good long arms on defense. Very intriguing player. There's Sannon. Tough drive. That time nobody there for the putback for Ukraine. Cologne trying to get it to Scythe, who says, hey, just lob it up there, big fella. I'll go get it. Alley-oop, oh, and Para misses. So a break for Ukraine. We've had a couple of breaks here. Here's Sannon. Tkachenko brings it back out. Cologne right on him, inside to Pustovi, who goes right at Scythe. Wow. Who appeals also for a foul to the referee. Just a good, tough move. 12 points for Pustovi. Now inside, and Pradilla pushes off. Zarapovic says he pushed off to get some clearance there, to get some space. Here it is again. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a great call. That was an easy call, and he did it without reservation. So Pradilla called red-handed. There's Sannon. Pushes his way in. Oh, boy, what a tough move that was. Going through the reverse layup. I think the rim kind of gave him some protection from Scythe. And Ukraine back to a 2-point deficit. Lopez out of Stegway for three. And that guy has played himself a game tonight. And now Parra called for the contacts down low on Skapinsev. Midway through the third quarter. And see Parra, the young man, being coached up by Coach Scariolo. See Mihalik with the 3 fouls, checks into the game for the first time here in the third quarter. Lukashov, Bobrov for 3. They kept it alive. Pustovi, look at him swiping at the basketball. They get it back. Look at the extra effort. And Bobrov. Goodness me, and they've called a foul. Boy, that was all effort. Pustovi just reached over Scythe. Might have gotten away with one there. And then Bobrov did not hesitate. When he got his hands on the ball, he went straight up, and he was also hit. Chance for a 3-point play and to pull to within 2 points of the team that won the FIBA Basketball World Cup, or the country that won the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019, and they do indeed pull to within 2 points. Oh, the anticipation, Mihalik. He's going to take it all the way. Look at that. Oh, terrific play. Oh, and Ukraine, even though they followed down, they couldn't get the tap. And Lukashov goes over and helps Coloma. How in the world did Ukraine not score there? Mihalik, we've talked about how it's been like just go, full throttle, attack, and then chase down in case, and then follow, hustle down in case your teammate misses the shot. Now, what's Colombe talking about? Does he want unsportsmanlike, or does he think he should have had 3 free throws? But on that last play, Bobrov just not able to tap it in. Now, Fran Guerra coming back into the game, and Seba Scythe goes out. Brizuela, could be time for him to stand up, get that scoreboard ticking over for Spain. Here he is. You got to guard him closely, looking for space. He gets it over to Pradilla, and look at the hustle from Guerra. Somehow able to get that rebound. Ukraine a little bit guilty of ball watching there for the first time. Fernandez, shot clock winding down, leans into one, and Bobrov this time able to rebound it. So Ukraine can tie it with a 2, take the lead with a 3. What a contest. Mihalik. Good handles for a guy his size, that's for sure. Here he is spinning, and Svi follows up. Pustovi's miss and ties it. Spain a couple of times it looked like they were going to get on top of this team and run away, but they have not been able to. And now Ukraine, they can take the lead with a basket here. Here it is, Sanin. 3-point shot from Mihalik, and now the long rebound to Fernandez. Mihalik has to be careful. Remember, he's got the 3 fouls. Fernandez goes off, gets it up, and Guerra then fouled by Bobrov. So Guerra at the line, and Spain again in a real battle here. Danny Diaz back in the game as well. He was terrific in the first half, number 24 for Spain. And Guerra misses both. What must Chus Figueroa be thinking if he's watching this, his coach at Lenovo Tenerife? Kostovi going up right against Guerra. He's had some success, goes to the left hand, and the follow. Well, so many times Ukraine have crashed the offensive boards, and it's paid off. Brizuela, oh boy, that is money in the bank. No, he misses it, and Parra. It was such a bad shot, in fact, that it fell right to Parra, and he was able to get a reverse layup. Would have expected an air ball from Brizuela, that's for sure. Here's Sidorov. Outside three-pointer, Krutos. Oh, he's good. Ukraine now in front by 3 points. 11.5 minutes remaining in the game. Oh, the good hands. Brizuela, same spot. Oh, boy. All of a sudden, the Basque Mamba is out of sync. Svi, Mihalik. Able to get it to his teammate after slipping down. Sidorov. What's the play here? Fernandez pressuring Sidorov a long way from the basket. Sidorov goes behind him. He lobs it up. Nope. It's a shot. And another offensive rebound. Krutos. Mihalik. And boy, should have just shot it or passed it. But instead, Parra steals it and goes down and lays it up and in. What a costly turnover. Parra. So he got his coach a little bit fired up on the sidelines when he took him out of the game recently. And now he's making amends. Made a couple of nice plays. Mihalik drives in and is bumped by Guerra. Well, one thing that the Ukraine drivers do very well is they're able to kind of avoid charging directly into the players. And they're clearly, referees can see that they're looking to avoid contact. And Mihalik puts Ukraine back in front. Remember, this is a game in Riga, which is the home court right now for Ukraine because they can't play in their own country because of the unfortunate the crisis taking place there. So they've come to Riga and still have a good crowd here tonight. Some Spanish fans, some Ukraine fans. Final seconds ticking off the clock here in the third quarter. Spain trailing by 3. They can knot it with a 3. Fernandez drives in. Oh, tough drive. And it'll stay at this end with 2.4 seconds to go. Fernandez saying there's contact. So might they get it in for a lob? You know, Diaz and Brizuela can shoot it, so can Parra. And it is Brizuela. And what happened? Stepped out of bounds. So just enough time here for Ukraine, potentially. Oh. Yeah. Kroger's way on the other side of the basket is able to spot that. They don't call him Eagle Eye for nothing. He's going to hand the basketball off to Lukashov. Mihalik doesn't want to charge. Puts it up for 3, and that was too hard. So 10 minutes remaining, and this game just gets better and better. Ukraine now lead it 60-57 over Spain. So Cologne came out, and Spain had the look of a team that was going to come out and lower the boom at the start of the third quarter. Cologne hit the three. Lopez Aristegui scored on the runner. Lukashov hit a big three to calm things down, though, for Ukraine, who needed a little while to heat up. And then once they did, they were right back in it. Tkachenko, particularly. Pistovi. One for all for one here for Ukraine. And you have to say the same for Spain. It has been a terrific team effort from both countries here. This is the great effort coming in from Krutos, who got the putback. Krutos there with the three-pointer as well, off the pass from Sidorov. So it has been a terrific encounter, and the Spain fans have just watched their team lose a thriller in Georgia, and here they are in another real battle. Courtside 1891 app. Scan the barcode in, folks, and it'll be at your fingertips. Ukraine also were in a real battle in their last game against North Macedonia. But the games against North Macedonia will not carry over into the second round, as we stated previously, because of the other group only having 3 teams. Totov, first time we've seen him in the game today. Number 45. Bobrov hands it off. Mihalik bumped by Diaz. Well, 10 minutes remaining. You know, if you're, I guess Ukraine definitely, you would have signed for this score beforehand. For Spain, I'm guessing they'd like to already be well up at this point. And this is no ordinary Ukraine team. It's not the same team they faced before. And Mihalik gets in. Great D by Sima. Ukraine get it back, though. Bobrov thought about launching it. Kotov. And the lob, and I think he might have been better off just putting that one up. That was great defense by Yankuba Sima twice, using his big body to good effect. And it's also fouls. Fernandez. Zotov, the point guard from VEF Riga, so he's in familiar surrounds right now. Here goes Brizuela driving in, and that's the Dario Brizuela that we've grown accustomed to seeing over the last few years. Mihalik. Shot clock about to expire. It's going to be Mihalik. No bounce pass. Skapintsev. Oh, great extension. Skapintsev And then the foul. Boy, I thought we were going to see an extraordinary dunk attempt there from Skapinsev, the way he leaned over, reached out. All hands on deck right now for both of these teams as they go after a very, very important win that would help them get to the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 in Indonesia, Japan, and Philippines. Now, good hands. Fernandez almost getting the steal. Mihaela gets it back, puts it up. And Ukraine have a player down meanwhile, and they're just going to stop. Good sportsmanship there by Parra. Is it Zoltov? Yes, it is. Watch Zoltov underneath. It's Parra. Well, I didn't see the arm get him, but maybe it did. Okay, maybe on this. Oh, yeah. That's probably why Parra stopped, because of the elbow. He knew that he had called him, but there's no way that's intentional. No, it's just in there battling for the rebound. No. He's a big guy. He can't help it if Zoltov is going to come under him that close. And again, credit to Parra for stopping play, kind of holding up. That's just not intentional. I will be hugely surprised if they call that an unsportsmanlike foul. Now these European qualifiers. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The World Cup itself is fantastic. Okay, now here, but these qualifiers, boy, they are fun. Oh my gosh, they did call the unsportsmanlike. Well, it shows what I know. I'm just, when I see my referee friends, I'm going to get just another explanation on that one, but I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be intentional. But I was surprised. I will say this about the referees. They were able to take a good, long, considered look at the video, and they clearly got to be honest, I've never seen Scariolo that upset about a call before. He is absolutely livid. Anyway, play resumes, and Ukraine have gone back up by 3. Mihaela gets in, and yeah, another Skapinsev put back, and Ukraine now up by 5 points. Boy, that was a real tough sequence for Spain. Potter was in there. Zoltov got right up under him. His elbows were up. He just moved and caught him. But anyway, here's Cologne over to, but I will say this, those things even out over the course of the game as well. Look at Simo. Boy, what nice moves. He's had a terrific second half, Yankuba Sima. Much more lively. And boy, Mihailik though goes in and powers his way up for the left-handed layup. So again, Ukraine, big point in the game. Remember, about a couple minutes into this fourth quarter, and they call it the unsportsmanlike. And now the air ball lands into the hands of Mihailik, who's going to go coast to coast. He is fouled as well by Yankuba Sima. And Svi has this look of, hey guys, come on, this is a huge game for us. We've got to win it. We can do this. And Spain, some serious questions being asked of them now. They have got to fight through the adversity of that tough call. They got to regroup, and let's see how they respond. This is a big moment for these players to grow up and answer the call.
Están metiéndonos. Justo, Mikhailuka a la izquierda. Tenemos que saltar muy fuerte al y pararlo pronto. Esto sobre todo en transición. Puro. El resto under. No orientes. Under. ¿Okay? Vale, y luego al green. Al green mandaremos a la banda. Fondo, banda, tiro libre, metido canasta. Cuando el reloj para.
So the only way you are going to compete against Spain is if, in fact, you compete against Spain. You cannot back down against them. So many teams find themselves reeling and just losing the initiative at the start of the contest. And there's no way back, but this Ukraine team, they woke up quickly. They traded blows. And on a few occasions tonight, Spain have looked as if they were going to just open up a big lead, only for Ukraine to battle back. But what I will say about all of these Spain players is they've got big time. They do have some big experience with their clubs, and I think that, I'm guessing we're going to see that here over the final stretch. Look, I'm talking about Lopez Aristegui, talking about, obviously, Colombe has been in the battles before, and Padilla, Sima, we saw him in the Basketball Champions League Final Four. And so these are all players that are battle hardened. Mikhailuka, meanwhile, misses the first free throw. Takes his time and does get the second. Colombe crosses midcourt. Battling away down low. They got the mismatch. Sotov on Sima, and now they get it over to Padilla, who gets baseline. Oh, what a pass over to Lopez Aristegui. Misses everything, though. See a couple of just air balls tonight, uncharacteristically by Spain, by Brizuela, and now Lopez Aristegui. Sotov for three, off the front of the iron. And he might come out for that. Here is, oh, Padilla! He takes it all the way and throws it down. And he's fouled on the play. That was a big time response from this young man. Jaime Padilla, 2.05 meters in height, 6 feet 9 inches. Uses that great extension. Just 21 years of age, and showing what a terrific talent he is. And that is what I'm talking about. They have got experience. They've been through the battles, and Padilla certainly has had a lot of big performances already in his young career. Mikhailuka out to Sanin, touch pass to Bobrov, Skapintsev. Oh, look at the passing into Kachenko. Then Krotos misses the layup. Excuse me. Boy, that was a beautiful play. Just didn't have the finish. Now Padilla, who just had the dunk on the break, spins, turns, puts it up, and not as good that time, but Sima almost able to bat it out to his teammates, but Ukraine were able to pick up the basketball. Bobrov again, struggling to catch it. Puts it over to Sanin, and then it goes through his hands. He's trying to do a touch pass before he had a good feel on the ball. And Sotov goes out. Yeah, after that was a quick three that he took. Wasn't really in sync. He goes out. He was the one that was in that big moment. Caught the inadvertent elbow, it looked like to me. Here's Bobroff, reaches in and goes down and throws it down. That was a mistake by Lopez Aristegui. That was like, here, take it, Bobroff. I mean, that was a telegraph pass, horrendous, trying to get it to his Valencia teammate. And Bobroff was just itching to get in the passing lane. Colon, long two. Wow. Well, we're in crunch time now, 4:50 remaining, 69-66, Ukraine. Can they perhaps get Pustovi back involved? He's been quiet. Here he is. He gets it back outside to Krutos. Now Mihalik knifes his way into the paint. Tough shot. And great work by Spain, not allowing an easy one. Oh boy, Mihalik just almost got the cheapest of fourth fouls. He doesn't want that. Colon steps back for three, off the rim. Krutos hands it to Sanin. Now Pustovi again, the double team is there. He makes the pass, oh, and the throwdown! Pustovi, if I'm being double teamed, somebody's got to be open, and it's the cutter. Krutos. Alarm bells ringing back in Madrid. Spain on the ropes again, trailing by 5 points. Brizuela misses. And the foul on Ukraine on the rebound. Great work by Bobrov. Again, that steal and dunk. Steal, fast break, and dunk. One of the plays of the game for Ukraine. Brizuela, meanwhile, is going to take a seat. See these Spain players, they do not like coming out of the game. 3:44 to go. Parra. Fernandez. Drives in, and is it Sanin? Well, a lot of talent on the floor tonight. When you look at Mihalik and Sanin, Pustovi, but this Spain team also a lot of savvy, a lot of big-time experience in the ACB, the ACB, or the Liga Endesa, officially Spanish Liga Endesa, with their clubs. Fernandez takes his time, and wow. It's a very great tattoo that Sanin has bet on myself with the roulette wheel on the shoulder. It took me that long to figure that one out. And great job by Fernandez to get that second. So now Sema goes back out. Good minutes from him. Lopez Aristegui with the tough assignment on Mihalik. He's reaching, trying to come up with a steal. Mihalik doesn't want to over dribble here. Krutos back to Sanin. They got Kovalov open on the wing if they want him. Here he is. Ooh, almost a hop there. And he's going to go in. And great defense by Pradilla, just went straight up. And Bobrov, I think, is going to come right back in for Kovalov. An offensive foul called on Seba Scythe, clearing out. Let's have a look here. Well, so Bobrov back in the game. And indeed, he came back in for Kovalov. So, Sanin Ooh, almost a push there for Zanin, and Pradilla, another big play for him, a rebound, 2:40 remaining, Spain down by 4. Parra wide open, Scythe fouled from behind by Zanin. So, usually a good free throw shooter, Sabas Scythe. Great effort. Scythe hasn't had a huge game today, not by his standards. So both teams over the limit. And now Scythe has, again, so many times in his career, and he misses. Wow. And look at the Spain fans. I can't believe it. They are struggling on this end of the floor in the fourth quarter, in the second half, in fact. Scythe does get 1 of 2, and it's back to a 3-point game. 2.5 minutes remaining. Zanin feeling his way close. Pustovi back to Mihalik. Shot clock down to 8. Mihalik. Oh boy, takes a tough shot from the corner, and he nails it. Wow, that was a 2. I mean, you could not have forced him into a tougher shot, and Mihalik made it. Quick pass, Scythe is, oh, and he's fouled by Pustovi, unsportsmanlike as well. What a huge sequence. What a tremendous, tremendous play. So, if you talk about Zotov having a big sequence for Ukraine at the other end, now it's Spain's turn, and this is how these things even out. I'm telling you, folks. So you count the basket, you'll get the free throw, and then you'll get possession. That is a huge opportunity for Spain here at this point in the game. Watch Pustovi. I mean, he's definitely going for the ball. This will be interesting, but you could say that it was a bit reckless coming over the top. A little physical. And that could be what ultimately gets it. I don't think there's any doubt he was going for the ball. But you can go for the ball and then flatten somebody and call it unsportsmanlike, and that's what they've done. So indeed, what comes around goes around. Unsportsmanlike foul kind of swung the game a little bit for Ukraine. And now an unsportsmanlike foul with less than 2 minutes remaining has presented Spain with a golden opportunity. They've got the basket. Now they're going to try to get the three-point play. And Zarapovic is explaining why that is called. So they've got 3 points. It could actually be a 6-point trip down the floor if they hit a three-pointer here. I mean, honestly, you can't really fault Pustovi. That was just nothing but effort. He just happened to come down hard on Scythe. I think you'd rather see a player making a really good effort on the ball. Sometimes you just have to live with those unsportsmanlikes. Fernandez for 3. Oh, that was huge. 6 points down the floor. Can you believe it? Unbelievable swing. And Fernandez, all that experience that we talked about, he didn't even think twice about launching that 3. Jaime, the king, cha-ching, makes it from a long way out. And now Ukraine have to fight through the adversity. Fernandez making it a 6-point trip down the floor after the unsportsmanlike foul on the three-point play. So they kept possession. And again, the good thing for Ukraine is they still control their own destiny. They've got possession. But the bad news is now they were up by several points, and now they're trailing. Mahelik, clearly the man they want to have the ball. He's got to be able to find his open teammates, though, because he's drawing double teams. Here he is, steps back. Yep, he's going to put up a long two. And terrific rebound by Bobrov. Gets it back to Svi Mahelik, and then he's fouled. Pustovi goes up, and he's fouled by Seba Saiz. Credit to Ukraine rebounders. And well, you know what they say about free throws. They often determine the outcome of the games. The teams that shoot them well have got a better chance of winning their games, that's for sure. Here is Pustovi after the foul, missing the opener. The Ukraine fans hoping their team can make it to the finish line tonight. But right now, the best they can do is pull even. If Pustovi makes the second, and he does. So you saw that was the 4th foul on Parra. 1:20 to go. Fernandez has just hit one big three. Here comes Pradi, hands it off to Lopez Aristegui, back to Fernandez. He gets in the paint. Oh, what a slick move. And once again, Jaime Fernandez, the guard play of Spain, outstanding. Sandin holding his head. He was kind of being pushed a little bit by Seba Saiz. But of course there's going to be pushing in the lane. That's just what happens. So Spain by 2, Ukraine. Final minute. What are these guys made of? We're about to find out. Sandin, the youngster, puts up a tough shot and he makes it. We're talking about tough shots. Ukraine have made a couple here late. And now Spain, the pressure back on them. Fernandez and Pustovi. Oh boy, that is a big foul called on Pustovi. Putting Fernandez back on the free throw line. And the veteran has really stood up to be counted here in the final minutes of this game. Jaime Fernandez, the big three-pointer, the go-ahead three-pointer. Then he scored on the drive, and now he has drawn a foul by Pustovi, and he misses his first free throw. And the fans can barely stand to watch this. These players have given everything today. Jaime Fernandez. Oh, I don't believe it. He missed both. And now the pressure definitely back on Spain. Svi Mahelik. Now you feel like he's going to take it, but we just saw Sandin go to work and have some success. So Mahelik, no doubt, will draw the attention of the defense. Will they commit a double team? Nope, it doesn't matter. He's going to launch it, and he puts up an air ball of all things. Well, now I think I've seen everything. And Spain with the timeout in the last possession. Wow. Venezuela coming back in for Saiz. Well, of course, you put Brizuela back in the game here. He's the guy that is built for these occasions. And remember, he helped Spain force overtime at Georgia just a few days ago. And now Mihalik feeling clearly a little bad after the air ball, but you got to put it behind you. Bobrov's going to guard the inbounds play. What have they drawn up, and will it be Brizuela in the end? Lopez, Aristegui. And interesting, now they call the foul, so they elect to put Spain. Well, I don't know if that was what they wanted to do, so they could have the last shot. I guess Simon's saying that he already had position. Maybe he's claiming that Lopez Aristegui kind of charged into him, but credit to Lopez Aristegui. Now it's his turn. A chance to put Spain back in front. And he misses the first, and the Spain fans can hardly bear to watch. So I thought Brizuela was coming back into the game, but he did not. And the second is good. So now Spain are going to have to play D. And I suppose that if you're Ukraine, good things have been happening when you get it to the rim.
Осторожно, сейчас смотрите. Исук, ты выбрасываешь. Паша, смотри, Бобби, Свят, ты здесь, Артем. Смотрите, сейчас. Бобби поставил Паше. И в этот момент, Бобби, ты продолжаешь движение. Паша, ты даешь только тогда, если он может забить из-под кольца. Но так нет, Паша здесь и назад. И потом Бобби здесь. Свят получает мяч 100%. Бобби, после этого ты отступаешь так. Смотрите, еще одна опция. Можно посередине Артему или Бобби. Ты после этого здесь. Нет, уходишь, получил мяч, просто забей палочку. Давай, 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 давай.
Well, certainly one of the most exciting games of the European qualifiers in all three windows. I mean, this has just been a gritty effort, really, from both of these teams. Lopez Aristegui had to really concentrate to get that last free throw in. So what they're going to do is advance the basketball after the made free throw, so they don't have to waste time bringing it up the court. And they don't lose any time either, taking that option, since only 7.4 seconds remain. Salmon. Oh, he gets it underneath. Oh, what a block by Scythe. An incredible play by Seba Scythe. He has swatted it. He has won the game for Spain. Unbelievable rim protection from Seba Scythe. They got exactly what they wanted, Ukraine. They just did not finish. Bobrov, you almost have to go up and dunk that as Scythe is around, and Scariolo knows what a scary finish that was. But his team have survived. 77-76. They win over Ukraine. Well, Scythe went up, and again, does he block it, or does he just put him off the shot? Yeah, he blocked it. He pinned it. Look at this. Bam! Get it out of here. Seba Scythe, the hero of the night. It's not always the game-winning shot. Sometimes it's the game-winning swat, and that's what it was this time for Seba Scythe in Spain. And the man, look at him. He's going to go back. He is the hero, and you never know how these things are going to pan out and how crucial that game will be towards qualification for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. I'm not sure Seba Scythe enjoyed that celebration too much. But yeah, it's fitting that you see the name Marvel on that t-shirt, because that's what we're doing right now. We're marveling at the incredible defensive play of Seba Scythe, and quite possibly the play for them in this window. It has given them their second win in the window out of the 3 games, and Spain's fans are going to be celebrating late into the Riga night. There's Scythe. That was a huge, huge play. And I'm assuming that was the play that was drawn up for Ukraine, because Bobrov appeared to be wide open. And, well, tough way to lose if you're Ukraine. You have absolutely, Mikhail Salvo consoling Postovi, who had just a terrific game. I mean, nobody played perfect tonight, but one thing they all played with was just 100% heart. And you feel for Ukraine coming out tonight and having that kind of effort, not winning, but you got to salute the Spanish. They did what they had to do. They suffered heartbreak at Georgia, and they have bounced right back and won a thriller. Well, looking back at the highlights, and there were many, you have to, I think, be happy in a sense that both teams had the chance to win it at the end, because the unsportsmanlike fouls, while probably the correct calls were, at least one of them was, you didn't want those to be decisive. I'm sure that the coaches will recognize that, yeah, we had a chance. We can't complain. We had a chance to win it at the end, Ukraine. And they just did not beat Seba Scythe, who his timing was impeccable. And if you're Bobrov, really, with a guy like Scythe, you got to either get contact or you've got to go up and dunk the basketball, because he is a leaper. So here was the all-round terrific play by Ukraine. I mean, they really did pass it well. They shot it well. I think Svi Mihalik is going to be upset with himself after missing that late three. That was clearly the opportunity after the two missed free throws by Jaime Fernandez. Here was the good of Mihalik driving, and then something that Ukraine did all night long was crash the board. Skapintsev on that occasion. And then look at Pradilla, one of the plays of the game. Coast-to-coast dunk. And he got to the line as well on that play. And then Bobrov coming up and just making a terrific play on defense. Poor pass by Lopez Aristegui. That was great recognition from Postovi, who was able to pass it to Kurtos. That's where Ukraine do very well. You know, they get it to the low post, and everybody, you know, one or two players cut to the basket and make themselves available. That was the unsportsmanlike foul that really changed the game. Spain got 6 points. That trip down the floor. And then Fernandez, after that, hit that one to make it a 6-point trip down the floor. This is the last play, and you just can't go up like that when you catch it, especially when you have that much time. And you know that the defenders are going to fly in there and try to block the shot. Just amazing finish here in the European qualifiers. We wrap it up seriously with an exclamation mark. What a joy it's been watching these games. Spain finished at the top of Group G, 5-1. Georgia 4-2, Ukraine 3-3, and remember, they will not take, each of those teams will not take one of the victories over North Macedonia, or they will not take the victories over North Macedonia into the second round. So that's how we finish things up here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Spain back on track. They win it in a thriller over Ukraine and the European qualifiers. See both teams in the second round.